Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is LK, your young favorite young black entrepreneur, truck driver, all that jazz. Coming to you from another Amazon facility. I think this is MDW5 in Crest Hill, Illinois. Excuse the bed, you may see it in the background. It's messy because I was just laying in it. But I popped up because I'm sitting here on my laptop, using my Wi-Fi and stuff like that. I was just looking at some stuff because I have some different ventures I'm gonna be going into soon. So I was doing research while I'm sitting here waiting, and something popped up because I was on the phone with somebody and we started talking about success, how to get rich. So that's what this video is about. I'm gonna tell you guys the surefire way to get rich. And when you talk about getting rich, right? You know what? It's not about getting rich. It's about gaining wealth. Because any fool could get rich. You hit the lottery, you can get rich. You can make a good stock investment and get rich. Rich just talks about how much money you have now. I want to talk about wealth. Because I want all my viewers, all my subscribers, everybody who watches this video to gain wealth. What wealth is, in my definition, wealth is when you have assets. It's not about just the dollar amount in your bank account. It's about your assets. It's about the things that's going to secure a financial future for you for the rest of your life, and stuff that you can pass on to your spouse, onto your kids. Because at the end of the day, when you out here working, like those who are starting businesses, those is like even in trucking, we do these businesses so we can be better off now, but the whole goal is to gain wealth. Wealth, wealth, wealth. And there should be no more talk about getting rich, because being rich is a young man's game. I'm young, but my mindset is more futuristic because I want to gain wealth. I want something that I can pass down. I want myself not to be I don't want to struggle, and I want to make sure that my kids don't struggle. And that's what wealth is. So, how do you gain wealth? Well, this is something that everybody has to meditate on based on your current situation. But really, when I think about wealth, how to gain wealth, because being rich is also, gaining wealth. Wealth is just, being rich for a longer period of time instead of just right now in the moment you blow your money, now you're poor. Wealth is something that's going to be consistently growing. Your money is going to consistently be growing until you die, until your kids die, all the way until somebody messes it up. So let's talk about how to get wealthy. And I think the number one way that you have to start your journey to gaining wealth is that you have to be poor. When I say poor, I don't mean, oh, we're just struggling. I mean you need to be to the point where the money ain't coming, where you're damn near homeless, and you have to be poor. Now, why? Now, like I said, this channel's for everybody, but let's give some context. A lot of people, a lot of black people, young black people, we don't have much coming up. And so what happens is when we gain money, when we get things, when we get money, we go out and get the things that we always wanted. So that's why you see people getting rich and they go buy expensive cars because they never had a car. That's why people go buy these big old mansions, because they were living in the hood with roaches. Everybody has a bottom success story, like where their bottom was, where their rock bottom was, and they grew from that. But the problem is that not necessarily that they're going out to buy these items. It's okay because to splurge a little bit. If you go out and you win $1 million, go ahead and get you a nice little car that costs like $30,000 because you got it. But the thing is, what are you doing with 75% of your money should be working for you? Now, the reason why I said that you need to be at a bottom, you need to be poor. You need to be broke. You need to be struggling, not knowing where the next dollar is coming from. And the reason why I say that is because it's going to teach you how to save. It's going to teach you how to get rich and stay rich. And when you stay rich, you can start investing that extra money that you're saving to gain your wealth. You see how I said that? You get broke and you figure out how to get yourself out of that terrible predicament that you're in. Whether you're homeless, whether you are whatever. Whatever your worst case scenario is, you put yourself in that scenario, even if it's somehow controlled. But put yourself in that scenario and figure your way out without getting loans, without doing all this other stuff. You got to be broke. You have to be poor. Because when you're broke, when you're poor, you learn how to manage your money better. You can make $1 stretch for an entire week. And that's the key right there to wealth. Because the reason why I say that you have to be poor is because when you have money, like you have constant money coming in, yeah, you may be good with money and all that other stuff. But you know that if some money gets messed up, you always have a fallback. And so because you always have a fallback, people tend to make riskier moves, riskier investments. They splurge a little bit more when they know that they have all this money to fall back on. So that's just like people who drive cars, right? When you drive a car, you drive a little bit more careful when your insurance lapses, because if you get into an accident, God forbid, all hell's going to break loose because you have nothing to fall back on. Versus when you have insurance, you're like, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that because my insurance got me. My insurance got me. I got insurance. So that's the same thing it is with money. And so again, just to reiterate, because I want to hammer this into you, you have to be broke. Like, yeah, if you fail, you can have your money saved away and something like that, but never touch it. That money never exists. Live off the bare minimum. If you never lived off a minimum wage, pay yourself minimum wage and see what it is like. That's my challenge to you guys who are business owners, who are all this. Even if you guys are truck drivers and you could afford to pay yourself $1,200, guess what? Put $500 in your bank account a week and see how you live. And make it work. Not see like, oh man, $500 sucks. No. Put $500 in your bank account and live off of it. I challenge you to do that for 2 months. I did it. And it was kind of eye-opening. So it's just like, go out. Put yourself in that situation. Because, like I'm saying, it's going to force you to learn how to make your dollar stretch. It's going to force you to go without. It's going to force you to think about every dollar that you spend before you spend it. And in turn, when you get rich, because you know how to manage your money so well, your riches are going to turn to wealth, because 75% of the money that you make is going to go back and start working in your favor. And for those of you who are blessed to where like you are truck drivers or something like that, and you do take this challenge, that money that, what I'm saying, put $500 in your bank account, the rest of your money, that other $500, $600, $700, put it in savings. So that way, after this test is done, guess what? You just put $700 in savings in your bank account, in your savings account, for 2 months. So let's see, that's 28. That's 5,600. In 2 months, you just save 5,600. And that right there, just that one little tidbit of you sacrificing and struggling for a little bit, is how you gain wealth. Think about it. If you can learn how to live off of, just not you, not your whole household, I'm just saying you. If you can learn how to live off of $500 a week, that's $2,000 a month. If you can learn how to live off of $2,000 a month in your current situation, and you can bring in $1,000, $1,200, or whatever. If you make more than $500 a month, learn how to live on $500 a month, because you can get you a minimum wage job easy and make $500. You can make $500 a week off of an entry level job. It's very easy to go find you a job that pays $500 to your pocket. So that's what I challenge you to do. Because that right there, like I said, that one example alone, 2 months, $500 a week, the rest of your money goes into your savings account. That's how you gain wealth. And the way you secure your wealth, that's how you start wealth. Now, to secure wealth, you have to make your money work for you. Now, how do you make money work for you? You may ask. Well, that's simple. Investments. Invest. You can invest in your own business. You can invest in the stock market. You can invest in somebody, which is like investing in somebody else's business, or you become a business partner. You meaning that you partner and you invest with somebody else into a business. You got to make your money work for you. Because if you start off with $5, the whole goal is to turn that $5 to $5,000. And that's wealth. When you are making passive income, when you have multiple streams of revenue, because nobody stays wealthy off of one thing. Even I think his name is Elon Musk for Tesla. He has the cars. Not only does he build cars, now they're building the semi trucks. Not only do they build the semi trucks, but he does the SpaceX Falcon, to try to get people up to space and to Mars and stuff like that. He does space exploration. And he has multiple other business, like small businesses that I don't know the details of, but there's multiple streams of income. Like Bill Gates, yes, he has the software, but within that software is so much different stuff. Because I think Bill Gates is Google, so you got Google, the internet service, the search provider. You got Google phones now. You have so many different Google software. It's ridiculous. So that's another key to wealth is once you invest, now you got to have multiple income streams. And the reason why I say that is because I'm following my own advice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the trucking company, but I'm going to personally stop driving. Small company, 2 trucks. But I'm going to stop driving. I'm going to hire 2 drivers. Reason being, well, why would you do that? Because I'm going to create another revenue stream. I'm actually going back to become a paramedic. I'm sorry, not a paramedic, an EMT. I'm going to become an EMT. So I'm going to be making money through the EMT, which is money that I can fall back on. Like if the businesses don't work or whatever, I myself have secured my financial future by at least, starting off as an EMT. It's a career that I like. It's another career path. See how it's not a dead-end job. It's a start of a new career. And then I have the truck company. And then I'm going to do Uber. So doing those 3 things secured 3 different revenue streams. And for those 3 things, I'm going to be making about $1,000 a week, pocket money. Not, including gas for Uber and stuff like that. No, $1,000 in my pocket. That's how much I'm estimated to be making a week. Working 5 to 6 days a week. About 40 to 48 hours a week. And that's what it's about. That consistency. That knowing how to create new revenue. Not being afraid to step out. Because one thing that I realized that stops a lot of people from succeeding is their own fear. When I started this company, I was terrified. When I got my DOT numbers, I was only 20. Got the numbers because I had somebody that wanted to run under my authority. I was going to take a little pocket money as passive income, but that didn't work. So me at 20 had to figure out what I was going to do. So I was blessed to figure out and get a truck, get my authority up, did all that, and that was the start of it. But I was terrified. The thing about wealth, the thing about growth, the thing about just doing the things that are going to be major improvements, because you got to realize life is a risk. But the very first thing before you can do anything is you got to take that leap. You could be scared, you could do all the research, all this other stuff, but at the end of the day, you just got to get out there and do it. Sometimes you just got to throw caution to the wind, just get out there and do it. So just to simplify, let's talk about how to get wealth. If somebody says, well, how do you, YouTube viewer, get wealth? Do you want rich? Do you want to be rich or do you want to be wealthy? You're going to say, I want to be wealthy. I don't want to be rich because rich is temporary. Rich is just about the dollar in your bank account. I want wealth. I want something that's going to continue to grow. And I want something that's going to last longer than me. So how do you gain wealth? First off, start off by being broke. Live off a bare minimum. Live at your bare minimum means. Then once you learn and feel comfortable with living off the bare minimum, start investing your money. Invest your money into something so your money can start working for you. And then once your money starts working for you in one category, boom, multiple streams of income. So be broke, learn how to manage the bare minimum, make your money start working for you. Then multiple streams of income, revenue. If it can be passive, that's great. If you got to work for it a little bit, then work for it. Do not be afraid to work and do not be afraid to take that leap. Do not be afraid. Bravery is not the absence of fear. It's the ability to tell fear, fuck you, and I keep going. So I challenge you all to be brave. I challenge you all to live off the bare minimum. Invest your money, make your money work for you, and then open up different streams of revenue, multiple streams of income. That's how you get wealth. That's it. That's all. So I hope you guys actually listen, because I've been thinking about this for a while. As you can see, like I said, I'm taking my own advice. I'm doing it myself. And the numbers add up. When the numbers add up, the numbers add up. So that's all for today. This is Lion King signing off. If you have not heard it today, I love you. I believe you can do anything that you put your mind to. You just got to reach out there and grab it. Now, if you have not subscribed to the channel already, please go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you like this video, hit the bell so you know when I'm posting more videos. And that's it. That's all. This is LK signing off. Peace and love.